It's the point where my county, Derbyshire,
meets my patch, Nottinghamshire, and the perfect spots for a devolution summit under our county's flags.
So this is probably where our two counties meet, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're about 20 yards into Derbyshire here.
Yeah.
Leicestershire's over there, Nottinghamshire's over there, and this is just about Derbyshire.
Almost neutral territory, or as close as it comes anyway.
Absolutely.
Maybe
yeah.
they should build a big sort of combined authority headquarters right on the spot.
Our two sides have come together to thrash out a deal which will involve one large authority and a joint mayor.
So you've got 19 local authorities across a huge area, and the leaders of the councils all seem to want it. But I spoke to the leader of Nottingham City Council, for example, the other day, who said there's now a chance of less than 50-50 of it actually happening.
I mean, Derbyshire County Council really want devolution. They like the idea of the power that will come with it. Derby City Council need devolution. They see it as a potential financial bailout. But the smaller districts and boroughs of Derbyshire, they're really nervous. They think that if you have a combined authority and elected mayor, maybe those councils just won't be needed anymore.
And there's another problem: Westminster politicians.
Supposedly, some of them, especially on my side of the border, are pretty unhappy about the whole thing.
Yeah, and according to John Collins, has been sort of dripping in the ears of people in Westminster saying, you shouldn't let this happen, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, they don't like the idea of that elected mayor having more power than any of they ever will.
Of course, we've left a big part of the East Midlands out of this discussion.
I'm flying the flag for Leicestershire, and the warm welcome on the other bank of the river reflects how keen our neighbours have been just lately to get us to join them. But we're going it alone.
Hey, come on, don't forget Leicester and Leicestershire and all this.
Well, where have you been?
Well, we've been developing our own devolution plans of our own, really. Remember, we've got the Labour-controlled city, we've got a Liberal Democrat borough, and all the other districts in Leicestershire trying to, see eye to eye so we can get our own devolution plan put together.
So all the deals on the table, what happens next?
There's not an awful lot stopping the North Midlands and the Treasury coming to a deal, but once that deal's been done, it's got to go back to the councils, and some of them in Derbyshire I can see voting against the devolution deal, so they could scupper the whole thing still.
I think now the ball is very much in the government's court, but I think the longer this goes on, the more those voices of dissent are going to grow.
Across the river, things are looking a little differently. We look in a slightly different direction, and I think they want to try and see whether their own plans will work first before looking at other options, which might include joining Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire.
Time for us to go our separate ways. And after all of the debate in the East Midlands, whatever happens next won't actually be decided on the banks of the Trent, but alongside another river, the Thames, at Westminster.